So it's an interesting story because I entered science wanting to go into medicine and not actual human medicine, but veterinary medicine. And so science for me was just a way to build the background that I needed to go into that career path. What I found when I began doing my pre-veterinary studies was that the courses that I was taking in molecular biology I found to be the most interesting, and genetics as well. And so I think it was a natural progression to me to then focus my studies on molecular biology here at SFU in the molecular biology and biochemistry department. And from that point on, I realized, and this was around the time the human genome was being sequenced and some other genomes were being sequenced, I realized the power of genomics was just beginning, and genetics was going to start to transform into genomics, and we were going to start to be able to study the entire genomes of organisms, and that just fascinated me. So from there, I moved into a job at the Genome Sciences Center here in Vancouver, and I was involved in multiple genome projects, sequencing genomes of model organisms, sequencing some human genes and some mouse genes, and that just that work was just a lot of fun to do, and the potential just started to snowball when new sequencing technology started to arise. I started to realize that this was a field that was going to explode, and the possibilities were quite endless and still are. So that motivated me to stay in the field and really to position myself towards human health, and that's where my interest in cancer began. I started focusing really quite early on, first on ovarian and breast cancers, and then later on lymphomas, and then my last few years of work have been focused on lymphomas and leukemias. Well, I really like the idea of impacting human health with my research, and so that's really going to be a focus of mine. And cancer is not my only focus, but it's going to be a strong focus for sure. Genetic diseases in general of humans, and ways that we can preemptively identify them such that we can better treat them. Both diseases, genetic diseases that might be, at birth or appearing, maybe we can find them before a person's born, so we can intervene, or at least be prepared to intervene early on in life before the disease gets too bad. Cancers, if we can detect them earlier on, we can treat them better or prevent them from even becoming a full-blown cancer. And so my hope is to develop tests to treat cancers and find cancers before they become metastatic.